And we are live! Hello everyone! Welcome to my stream, my weekly stream. That's right, every single week on Monday at 5 p.m. Central or 6 p.m. Eastern, I stream for usually about a couple of hours. And it's usually whatever game I'm currently working on. Sometimes it is Stardew. Hello, welcome, thank you for hosting. In this case, we are continuing the Doki Doki Literature Club playthrough that we were doing last week. Unfortunately, while Tex was not able to rejoin us, I do still have Cybernetic Pink Eye.
How's it going, everyone?
Hello, hello, good to see you. Good to see you all. Happy to see yous. Alright, so, last we left off, we had finished up Natsuki's path, sort of. But we had once again reset, just as we did after we had finished Sayori's path. And I found it actually kind of interesting that Monica seemed to be commenting on the very fact that we just seem to know just how to get right to someone's heart this time.
Mm-hmm.
I found it also very interesting that Monica and then eventually Natsuki kept becoming giant black boxes.
Mm-hmm.
That's just something that was inherently part of the game. Like, okay, move this. That's good, that's good.
Are you trying to tell us something, game?
It was actually directly recorded, like, right in the thing, that there was definitely something wrong. And let's see, the furthermost playthrough. I mean, these are literally the same timestamp on both of these, but I think this was the one that I left on. So, we're going to be since we've actually technically already played through this a couple of times now, actually, I'm going to continue to hit the skip dialogue button for anything that we've already heard. Part of this is to save on time, and part of this is to try and make sure that we can actually get to the new stuff and showcase why I am doing this special run. Hopefully, we'll be able to get to some of the spoopy stuff this time, because we're getting to the end of the month, and we're getting into the Halloween! I am terrible at actually being scary.
I mean, you say that.
I say this as my cat runs through my room doing the cat sound. You know, sounds. Anyway. So, without any further ado, skip!
Yes.
I love people slowly bouncing up and down.
Yes.
Alright, talking about horror. Agreeing to join the club. It's time to write a poem! So this time, because we've already wooed Sayori and we've already wooed Natsuki, it's time to woo Yuri. I happen to like Yuri as a character. I think that she is incredibly multifaceted, and I think that there's a lot more going on underneath the surface than what we've already seen.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna have to make sure that I stay hydrated because I'm doing all the voices again.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, hello, welcome all of you people. Dawn, it's actually great to have you with us.
Yes.
And there's Mare, yay!
Thanks for joining.
Are we going to see the new Halloween movie? Like, the actual, like, Halloween franchise movie?
I mean, for me, I'm not a big fan of slasher movies. This Halloween, I'll probably do what I always do. Maybe watch some cheesy sci-fi B movies like The Crawling Eye or something to that effect. Or for those of you in the UK, the Trollenberg Terror. If you've never heard of it, I highly recommend looking it up. It's just some good cheesy fun.
So, alright, we're picking all of the words that should apply to Yuri.
Yes.
Let's see. Yeah, lust applies to her. I love how they're making it harder now.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, breathe. Portrait.
Ease.
Acquired taste, Griffin. Huh.
Oh, hey, yeah. I mean, that was a sentence, first of all. Second of all, yeah, I will readily admit to being a fan of like cheesy monster movies, like sci-fi B movies, especially when it comes to like the giant Japanese monster movies.
Determination.
Yes.
I mean, again.
One of those words that will never hold the same meaning, like, since 2015.
You know, Binyo, you bring up an interesting point, and at some point, Griffin, I'm going to have to take you through the Castlevania series, because they just apparently released season 2.
Yeah, I've heard mixed things about it.
I've heard that the first season was nothing spectacular, but a lot of people are raving about the second season, so...
I mean, for me, like, the OG vampire will be... Well, first of all, Bela Lugosi, obviously, and, you know, Gary Oldman.
What, Edward Cullen is not on your list?
Gee, I can't imagine why.
Melancholy, I think, is actually a Sayuri, so let's see. Philosophy? Yee. Unrestrained.
She does get fairly deep at times.
Uncanny and vibrant.
Yes.
All of them were Yuri because I know flowery words.
Mm-hmm.
I know absolutely flowery words. I do want to point this out because the game never really explicitly calls attention to it. But after the first time that we entered our name, we've never had to enter a name again. No matter how many times we reloaded this, it just remembers the same name that we put in before.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's something that's going on with this.
It's a mystery.
Hey! Hey, dude, let's not post spoilers in the chat.
Yeah, maybe not so much.
Like, I'm going to explicitly say, if you post spoilers in the chat, this is your official warning. Don't do it. If you do it again, I am going to... Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not gonna have... You're not gonna have... You're not gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
I wish I had the specific option to remove this particular message. Let's see. Yeah, well, just keep in mind if you do it again, you will probably find yourself blocked.
Yeah, for future reference, my dude.
I know that seems like a really harsh thing, but that's not a really cool thing to do in a chat. Some people have not actually seen the game.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway. Hello and welcome. Alright. Hi again, Fred. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Alright, I'm gonna skip again.
Yeah.
I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. Whoops, I went into the high-pitched voice. Witch's House? I've not actually played that, so... I don't have any immediate plans, but I might poke at it at some point.
Oh yeah, I'd recommend it. It's another good one. It's kind of in the same vein as Ebe.
Right. Well, I mean, given that was suggested in conjunction with Ebe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can understand that, Boba Fett, but anyway. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... Excuse me. Jesus Christ. Anyway. I'm having problems with, like, the whole vocal cord thing today, apparently. I've heard a lot of good things about Witch's House, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Anyway, that's the book that you gave me, right? I want to reread some of it. And not for any particular reason. Just curious. How come you have 2 copies of the same book?
Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them.
Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon.
I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story.
Is that so? What's it about, anyway?
Well,
Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover.
Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart.
Alright. It's not spoilers to say that.
Yeah. I mean, we appreciate you being, conscientious of it, Brodus. Just, that one should be fine.
Alright. I was gonna ask if you were keeping an eye on the chat.
Oh, yeah. Oh, trust me, I'm keeping an eye on it.
Uh-huh. An eye, huh? Is it a cybernetic pink eye?
Listen.
I can tell good jokes.
Moving right along.
That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden.
Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Fred?
No, it's not that. I mean, I can most definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. Completely forgot. Have we really talked? Well, I guess you did talk about horror briefly, yes. Okay.
A little bit.
It was in the dialogue. Lore? Leroux. Lure Vinny was asking you to notice.
Oh, I've noticed. I've also noticed the product placement there.
What product?
L'Oreal.
Oh. No. That's just a portmanteau of myself and a character that I will never, ever be divorced from.
I mean, not unless you take that shit to court.
It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything.
Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So, I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange.
No, it's not that we're not supposed to know. It's because I skipped the dialogue just before that she mentioned, but yeah, we do know.
We're just going over some stuff we've been over before in past streams.
And please stop me if I start talking too much.
I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all.
That's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right?
You don't have to.
I mean, you gave him a book, Yuri. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's.
Yeah,
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone.
I see. Well, I mean, it's not exactly an easy thing to do, as they cover at least a couple of times, and we did also see on the Sayuri path as well. It's kind of hard to co-read something.
Oh, yeah.
I do like long hair stuff. Anyway, I do like long hair. I wish I had long hair. I wish I could have long hair. Unfortunately, with a shoulder injury, it makes it quite a bit difficult to, like, say, tie my hair up, and long hair ends up being a lot of care that I also can't do as a result of the shoulder, so.
Yeah.
Why does every girl in this game get awkward when you get close to them? Well, it's almost like they have their own emotional baggage when it comes to people getting close to them or something.
Yeah, socialization is kind of weird that way.
More than that, like, they each have their own reasons as to why they get uncomfortable.
Oh,
Sayuri
yeah.
expressed in her path that one of the reasons why she gets uncomfortable is because she deals with depression, and one of the common features of depression is feeling like when people get close to you, that it's a burden to them, that it's harming them actively, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Natsuki gets uncomfortable. It's hinted at that there is something else that's going on as to why she gets uncomfortable, but some of it is because she's not used to people actually reaching out to her as a friend or treating her as strange for some of the hobbies that she experiences.
Yeah.
Yuri has a similar sort of experience as well, and I think she talks about it a little bit, but she gets very passionate and has some somewhat out there interests as well. Alright, that's an interesting mod. And yes, anime tropes is a part of this. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
Alright.
I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. I will say, and this is actually kind of true, it can be nice to do something near someone. Like, as an introvert, it's a nice thing to, even if you're both doing different things and you're not talking to each other, it can be nice to just be around someone that you're comfortable with as you're doing different things. It's a form of weird sort of unconscious socialization?
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people get awkward when you get physically close to them. Some people have physical boundaries.
Some people have, like, legit phobias of being in close physical proximity to other human beings.
And again, there are probably reasons why the girls in this game, in particular, get awkward when you get physically close to them. Anyway, Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading it from my book instead.
Sorry. I was just...
Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean...
Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page.
Here.
And screenshot. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page, and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. And again, if this is taking place in Japan, I believe that's technically the wrong direction, too, for the book.
It's never really established where or when this is.
I mean, it's heavily implied to be Japan, especially by the names of the characters.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Yuri, Natsuki, Sayuri.
Yeah.
Monica is one of those outliers in that regard, but... Anyway. I mean, this game does have a lot of anime tropes. That's kind of the point.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's just another anime trope. I can sit down next to someone in my classes and have normal conversation, no problem. I think it's more that they're literally getting in such close physical proximity that they're touching, and some people do have difficulty, coming into physical contact with each other.
Yeah, there's also the cultural thing to take into consideration. Like in Japan, if this is in fact where this is taking place, it's not as socially acceptable to just sit up right next to a girl or just a member of the opposite sex and just be in that close proximity. It's considered a bit taboo to, well, be that forward, I guess. Or not even forward, just, it's hard to get into the full breadth of it.
I'm going to issue this warning again, especially because we do have, we haven't crossed the line. I'm just saying, please be careful about spoilers in this stream chat. I appreciate so far that a lot of people have been very respectful of that. I just want to say that there are some folks who have not experienced the full game, and I want to make sure that we're not crossing too many boundaries here with this. I will say we're probably going to be getting into the bulk of it today. No, it's okay. I'm just saying, okay, we're not going to talk about H scenes either.
Yeah, like we're not going to go into spoiler territory, but we will say don't expect any of those from this game.
No, but someone's talking about, I guess, apparently making this into an actual dating sim. But yes. I'm just saying, because we've got new viewers, that there is officially a thing in place where if you persistently post spoilers, I'm gonna have to kind of, block you. I mean, I don't want to do that. I really don't.
Right.
But it's one of those things that, just as a courtesy to other people, once we get to the end of the game, I will be happy to discuss stuff.
Yeah.
Touching the person. Yeah, that's the thing. He's literally touching. They're shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Yeah, that's too close, my dude.
Are you ready?
Eh?
To turn the page.
Ah! Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second.
Again, the dialogue is not helping.
Oh my gosh. See, the thing is that I know what Undertale is. I'm pretty sure I'm familiar with the plot by this point. But yes, the people will tell you how to play the game, and no, you're not supposed to do that! And it's like, supposed to do it however the fuck I want to play the game, because that's how we play games. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me.
Yeah, I've been super patient with you. I mean, God, who can put up with you? Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. Alright, definitely sitting too close to her now.
Yep.
I'm just eyeballing. How can you even read in this situation? I mean, it's not impossible.
Yeah, there's a lot of awkwardness that goes into the interactions of this game.
Yeah.
It's not really on the level of stranger danger just yet, but, it's... there's also being too close for comfort for someone who's at this point in your relationship just a casual, acquaintance or associate.
Yeah. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it with under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. Let's have thumb making out. This might be a silly thought, but, well, that was a silly thought.
I want you to think about what you just said.
I did think about what I was just said.
And you still said it?
Yes. And hello, welcome.
Yes.
Welcome, Vig. Okay. Don't mind me.
Vig.
The main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
You think so? How does she?
Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms.
I see.
Yuri remains silent for a moment.
But, Fred, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her.
This is not an actual... Well, honestly, I would be curious to see this translated into anime. But here's the thing. You would lose something in the translation because part of what this game is a commentary on visual novels and particularly dating sims.
Yeah, like it's... Like, I think it's an interesting idea in theory, but I would never want there to be, like, an Undertale, like, TV show or movie, because that's... It sort of loses the point of it. It kind of has to be a video game in order for the story to work the way it does. And it's the same thing for, Doki Doki here.
Yes, I agree. I'm just... you're talking... While you're in call with someone who participated in an adaptation of Undertale into another medium.
Listen.
I do think that it does work best in the game format. I am very proud of the work that I've been a part of, and I do think that adaptation... So let me clarify. Instead of perhaps actually seeing an anime based off of this game, I would love to see fan work, animation, cutscenes, all sorts of stuff based on this game. Which there's plenty of. There's a lot of really talented people out there in the fandom.
Absolutely.
I think that if there's anyone who could possibly actually capture the feeling of the transmedium adaptation from visual novel dating sim into a movie, it would be Stanley Kubrick, but from my understanding, Kubrick was also an asshole, so...
Oh, yes, very much so.
So anyway...
That's so embarrassing that you think that.
Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know that you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more mean that it's kind of cute.
What are you saying all of a sudden?
Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. She just literally slides in.
We might not have enough time if we wait too long.
Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought.
Yes.
Is that all right, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's fine.
Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. What?
Nothing.
What, the sneeze in the background?
Don't even worry about it.
Yes, I live with other people. Other people live here. Spoiler alert, Monica moves on roller skates. Alright.
God.
I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you?
I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way.
In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know?
That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time.
Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. Get a bookmark! That's a lot easier.
Yes.
That's a lot easier.
By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night?
Yeah. My relaxation ends. Alright. Skip. So who are we starting with today? We are starting with Yuri, because... Yuri. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten.
Exceptional.
What was that?
Did I say that out loud?
Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. Yeah, accidentally just consuming your entire face with your hands. That happens.
I mean...
You leave a book open upside down. Do you know what that does to the binding, Dawn?
Donna!
Dawn! You will destroy that book. I love you, but please, please get a bookmark. Oh, the poor spine of that book! Oh, God. Apparently, I feel very passionately about the longevity of physical books.
I'm kind of there with you.
Well, of course, bibliophile. You're a book murderer? Oh my god. Okay.
He's going to hate me.
You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri.
I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for?
Yuri takes a breath.
So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. I ran out of air on that one.
Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really.
Huh?
Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again.
Nani the fuck?
Well, Vig Vig. You can do that, and it is preferable to leaving it open! Okay, anyway.
Mr. Schwarzenegger, when did you get here?
Go eat a cactus!
Well, I know that. I just meant,
Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly.
Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical in new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate.
Alright, skipping,
Yes.
which in itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Blah, blah. Alright, we've read the poem before. I flicker back.
I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting.
What? I wasn't thinking that at all.
But it took you a long time to read!
Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty.
That's a relief.
I mean, God, you'd think I'd know this already, having already spent a huge chunk of time actually trying to read with you, and you read really slowly when it's actually printed script, but never mind that.
You want to take a breath there, partner?
I can breathe there. I was breathing, in fact. Translation, Fred, you suck at writing. Actually, according to her, he's actually very good. She just had to cover her tracks. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive.
It wasn't too short.
Alright, skip.
It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so...
Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you.
You think so?
Yeah, of course.
You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Fred.
Me too. Okay. Well, we kind of neglected her last run, so maybe we should poke at Sayori. What do you think?
Yeah, seems like a good idea.
Bly, flicker back. Jesus Christ, me!
What? Is there something you want to share with the rest of the class, Lorelai?
I want you to stop. Yay, Sayori! Yes. Alright, we're gonna go to Sayori. She is,
Yeah.
after all, our best friend.
Hmm.
And we did neglect her last run.
Oh, yeah.
Wow! Fred, your poem is really bad!
What? 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 Sayori, look, I realize that I neglected you last time, but what the fuck?
That's what you get.
Eh?
It's fine. It's your first time. Besides, I'm really happy that you wrote one. It reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now.
Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room? Like, what the fuck? The thing is that what's hilarious with this is that last time, she's like, yep, this is really good, and you actually admonish her to be like, well, you don't have to compliment everything. Like, I feel like I remembered that happening.
Uh-huh.
With Sayuri being like, yep, it's great! And it's like, you don't have to say it's good just because you're trying to impress me kind of thing. So, like...
She's a neural net processor, a thinking computer.
No. Damn, but anyway.
Sayori played us like a damn fiddle.
Alright. Well, let's do Natsuki. Let's not neglect her like we did Sayori.
Fred, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home.
What? Harsh.
What, you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid?
I'm not a writer! Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in the effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about?
Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'd tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again.
Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess.
Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid.
Not really. I do still like it.
Yeah. I told you weren't gonna like it.
I like it. Alright, skip. And the reason why I'm skipping is, again, this is all dialogue that we've already seen, and we want to get to the good stuff.
Yeah.
Hi, Fred. Having a good time so far?
Yeah.
Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay?
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring... Alright, skip.
Great job, Fred. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you.
It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. I mean, boy howdy, do I know that feeling. I mean,
Rude,
I can't...
as the children say.
I can't exactly do that, but if I start excelling at something, then it's like, okay, but I only have so much energy in a day. I would love to make all of the good stuff, but it means that it takes me longer to do the good stuff consistently.
Mm-hmm.
Natsuki's not a bitch. She's just angry at the world. Okay? That way it always counts when I put in some effort.
That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism? Like Sayuri, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel.
What? Why are you laughing?
Just...
Aren't we all a little angry at the world? Stop slandering Natsuki, she's the best.
The wife war exploding in the comments.
I know. Yeah, look, I'm gonna even say, you don't have to like her very much. I will say, everyone is entitled to like and dislike different characters for different reasons.
Yeah.
I think that Natsuki gets an unfortunate rap because she is much more obviously hostile, but the reason why she is hostile is something that is very unfortunate. A lot of that hostility comes from how she's treated in her personal life.
Yeah. Also keep in mind, chat, that these are children we're talking about.
Yeah, they're teenagers.
Yeah, so before you start, critically judging them, their personalities, and claiming them as your respective waifus, keep in mind that they are children.
Well, some of the people in the chat are also the children.
True, but even so.
Or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though.
I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet.
Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things.
I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I'll feel comfortable doing this.
That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find a kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good.
You sound very confident, Bob. Okay, whatever. I see. Well, let's read it then. It couldn't have been me. A whole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. And that's a good point, Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what do you think?
Alright, skip. Alright, condescending argument. Alright, so last time we sided with Natsuki, so this time we are going to side with Yuri.
Uh-huh. What could
Although-
possibly go wrong?
Natsuki, you're right that I liked your poem. Skip. Okay. You're right that I liked your poem.
See?
Wait! That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different.
That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously.
I understand. Yuri. You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed.
Well, that's...
But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute.
I see. I didn't notice that I'm sorry.
But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. We're not gonna invoke Elon Musk here. There's no need for that.
Maybe not so much.
He can do whatever the fuck he wants, and God knows he's got enough money to do it.
Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that...
Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped at this point. Being defiant is only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up even feeling bad for her.
Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head.
Sayori, she doesn't need to...
You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me having to look at all your faces right now.
Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. Ooh. Did the stream break?
Did it?
Well, it gave me a welcome to the chat room. Is it still... Oh, yeah, it does look like it's,
Ooh.
momentarily... Okay, hang on. Let's see, I'm refreshing on my end. Oh, it says
Alright.
I'm offline.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Well...
Oh, it's back?
Is it?
What?
What? What?
And it says live. Okay.
Huh. Can people hear us? Can you guys hear us?
No, it doesn't look like it's live. Alright, let's see. Okay, looks like we are definitely back now. Okay, great! Excellent! Da 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 da. Anyway. Yes, we are live. Sorry about that, guys. I have no idea literally what happened. It's just some kind of issue with stream, I guess.
And right as Kat joins us.
Huh. Oh. Well, thank you for sneaking in, Kat, in the middle of technical difficulties.
Yes.
That certainly was indeed something. Okay. So yes, on her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. Natsuki, people disagreeing with you does not mean that your poem is bad. And of course, here's the thing. When you create something and then you throw it out, there's a lot of baggage that comes with that.
Yeah.
You're just hurting yourself at that point. Anyway.
Natsuki.
She really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in the adjacent chair.
Sigh.
Everything all right?
Sign.
I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now.
No, Yuri. How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you.
Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Fred. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you as a part of this club now.
It's nothing. Hello and welcome to all of you lovelies. Thank you for joining. I'm sorry if I'm not... I promise I am trying to read the chat at the same time. There's just also, amazingly, with a visual novel, a lot of reading involved with it.
Yeah, funny that.
One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about, my chest pocket. I would never do anything so shameful. So...
Mm-hmm.
Eh? What thing did Natsuki say? I kind of skipped over that.
Well, never mind that. I'm gonna go make some tea.
Ah, good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, everyone! Skipping time.
Yes.
Okay, time to do another poem. Yes, my chest pocket. Alright, let's see. Infallible. Destiny? Yay! Portrait.
Yes.
Dark. Oh, that applied to Sayuri. Oh well.
Mm-hmm.
Incongruent. Judgment. Extraordinary. What? No! Melancholy. Yes. Entropy. Our favorite word.
Joy.
Ah, yes, Yuri's Hot Pockets. You know, Hot Pockets sound good right about now.
Yeah.
Heaven Sent. Uncontrollable. Or variance. Let's see. Papa! No. Graveyard. Effulgent. Incapable. Fester. Vanilla! Vibrant. Existence or covet. Lust. Entropy. Well, I mean, if you want to know the context for entropy, you could always check out the videos on Cybernetic Pink Eye's channel. Not all of the information, so to speak, on the character is there, but it'll give you a pretty good idea of who Entropy is. Yuri's buns. Right, anyway. Massacre! Tenacious.
God.
Another day passes. Skip. Yep, here's the fucking cookie.
Yep.
Well, my last period today was study hall to be downstairs, kind of ha 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 ha.
You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard, so I was practicing piano. I'm actually kind of curious. I don't really. I just kind of started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. Hey, Yuri.
Eh?
I suddenly noticed that Yuri is reading a different book from the one that we've been reading together. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No. I was kind of just waiting for you.
If that's the case. Yes, let's massacre those buns.
Oh, God.
Why don't we just go ahead and get started?
Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request.
Wow, that was a voice crack.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I make some tea first?
Not at all.
Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well.
Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside.
Can you hold this for a second?
Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle.
I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk, and then we'll go get some water.
She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical.
Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks. I'll be right back.
I might as well walk with you.
Yeah, why not? Shall we go then?
Yeah.
Where are you two off to?
We're just... Yuri was gonna make some tea, so... I suddenly realized how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. It's Griffin, he's entirely unpredictable.
I mean, it depends on who you're talking about.
Memes! Griffin, where are your memes? You need to be memeing more often. Why do you think I brought you in? I think he's also probably trying to respect that I'm trying to get through this as quickly as possible.
Yes, because as we all know, I am hip with the memes.
He's watching the chat, so yes, he can see you talking about you.
I'm always watching.
Also, hello, welcome, Majestic Potato Mustache. I'm going to issue another warning for any of you who may be joining. Please do not post spoilers in the chat. Doing so will earn you eventually a ban. I appreciate you guys are excited about this, but I would like to maintain it to where we are currently in the plot. So,
Yes.
That said, this is just a warning. I don't want to do that. I really, really don't. But I just wanted to let you guys know.
Yeah, just be considerate of people in the chat who may not have seen, everything this game has to offer yet.
Okay. Yes, he is reading your chat messages.
Always feel like somebody's watching me.
Can you go one fucking stream without the voice?
Which voice? I have several.
I know. There's many
know
of them
which
in
one
your
you
head. Okay. We're just filling the water pitcher.
Okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it?
That's...
Monica, please mind your own business for once.
Wow.
Jesus.
Actually, that's for Yuri. God damn.
Damn. Monica's gonna need a sensu bean for that one.
Or do you want to tell me that there's something wrong with helping involve Fred in club activities?
My mouth gapes.
I am going to throw my hair onto your boobs now.
Oh my god.
Someone get this woman some burn heel. Mind your own business for once. Okay, but yeah, you're not wrong. She's right.
I suppose there's nothing wrong with that.
Humph.
Then let's go, Fred.
Yuri quickly exits the room and I follow. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall.
I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that?
Yuri.
Something about the way she said that. It made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me?
I love that there's no music right now, actually.
Yeah, it's kind of stresses the seriousness of the situation.
No, Yuri. I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to judge people like that.
Fred, how come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me?
Because nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions, and we can't always hide them away. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane.
No. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that?
Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that?
Friend, you say?
Exactly, and I agree, Dawn.
Yeah.
Like, these characters do get incredibly fleshed out for many different reasons.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I was taking a sip. It's amazing what happens when you do a lot of voice acting at a time. Yuri lifts her head.
Fred, I really like being friends with you.
Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you, too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that, but I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway.
Yeah. Shall we go?
Yeah. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom.
Excuse-moi. Fred, do you like oolong tea?
Yeah. Anything is fine.
Very well.
Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Once the water actually comes to a boil, she splashes it on my face.
Now it's time to get the teapot.
Here, I prepared half a mask just for the occasion.
Jesus Christ.
Yuri has a tea party. They're truly past the point of no return on this one.
You really do this properly, don't you?
Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others.
Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything.
In that case, you'll only be even more impressed.
Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself.
Yes.
You must be in a good mood now.
Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out that it's not very hard for me to do. But it's you who's around anyway.
That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much.
You're always worrying about me, Fred. It's very endearing.
Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us.
Fred, I have another request. Please, just pour this right into your eye.
I don't know.
You're real sadistic today.
Today?
Fair point.
Do you mind if we sit on the floor today?
Why's that?
So that I can shove splinters up your ass, of course. It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk.
Ah, sorry, I didn't realize.
No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it.
Lord, please. Is that so? I wonder why that is.
It's mostly likely because of my gigantic fucking boobs.
Your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading?
Yes! I have terrible reading posture! So that's why we should sit on the floor!
Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. I'm not always sadistic. I am usually sadistic with this motherfucker here in call with me.
Oh, God.
I'm wheezing. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I kept hidden from Sayori's candy radar. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. And then Sayori manages to literally just put her mouth over the entire bag.
Consume Prilosec.
Griffin, this is not why I invited you. Actually, it's exactly why I invited you. But stop.
See, now I've got the image in my head of the old like TF2 gentleman meme, but instead of the spy with cigarettes, it's Yuri with chocolate.
Yuri or Sayori?
Yuri.
Yuri? Well, no, that would be books.
True. And something else which I won't name because of spoilers, but...
Yeah, well, it's not exactly a spoiler. We have been through that past. She does like knives.
Okay, so that's her. So knives and chocolate. Oh my god, she's Kara.
Oh my god. Alright, let's not break any more boundaries. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. Ignoring you! As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other.
My god.
I can't see too well.
Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle.
Your teacup. It's shaped like a penis.
Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus.
Plot twist, this whole literary club is just one big bachelorette party.
My god. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. How do you...
Great.
How? Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression. I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. Jesus, Lord.
God.
Griffin! After a few minutes, I finally managed to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumbled with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want.
That's okay. I won't take any.
As someone who's obsessed with Undertale, I always take away... Yeah, well... Griffin is Joseph? Oh. Jesus and Joseph? What?
What?
Anyway, are you sure?
Well, if I touch it, then I might get smudges on the pages.
Ah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad.
No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay?
Are you sure?
Of course.
And... that should work. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri's already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri.
Another
She doesn't...
one.
Stop it. It's okay to write random shit. I love you guys talking in the chat. Don't get me wrong. I love you guys talking. Just no spoilers. That's the only real.
Yeah.
No spoilers. Be nice to each other. Follow the rules as explicitly underlined in the rules listed underneath the actual stream. By the way, just so you know, there may also be a donation link under there in case you guys are interested. I'm kidding.
Insert rules of nature meme here.
I will say, I do appreciate anyone who is able to contribute something, but it's obviously not a requirement. I'm doing this because I enjoy streaming, but every little bit does go towards being able to make this more feasible.
Oh, yeah.
So, or more feasible on a more regular basis, so to speak. But that all said, all of the requisite plugging about the financial stuff aside, just follow the rules and chat with each other in nice ways. And I'm happy to hear from it. It's okay if you don't have money. I do understand that. I think a lot of us here understand the I don't have anything to spare right now.
Yeah.
So. Oh.
Aw.
That's very sweet.
Thank you.
She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. Yeah, college eats a lot of money. It eats money that you don't even have yet.
Yep.
I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks.
Did I just...
Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened.
Fred?
Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that.
That's...
You think?
Well, you were just helping. That's something that friends do.
Mm-hmm.
Fred, you madman! Oh. Really? Well, thank you.
Yes.
I didn't get to see the full message, but thank you. Someone just donated that.
Yeah.
That is so nice. I gotta go cry. Hang on.
Laura's deflate.
Yeah, that was literally just the sound. Uh-oh.
Oh, God.
Okay. Oh, boy. Well, anyway,
That's something that friends do, right?
I mean, not really in this kind of context, but... Also, I'm sorry for that loud sound that you guys probably just heard. That was my virus scan letting me know about something. Oh boy. Anyway, sorry, I have a little minor heart attack every time I get shit like that. I unfortunately didn't get the chance to read the message. What was it?
E.
Oh, read their name or they will revoke the donation. Okay. Thank you, Binyo97.
Is.
Like I said, it passed by a little bit too quick for me to be able to see what was going on.
Yes.
I've got quite a few things on screen at the moment. That's a bit mean, though. Oh, well, I mean, I was also distracted by quite a few things that just happened in a row, including the virus warning. You chose a different username, well, it still kind of came up. But... Oh, well, I can't read it now, because it doesn't show me where it doesn't pop up for me here.
In any event. Thank you for the donation, nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean... I will say that Catrell has a point, but I mean, I'm not going to complain about you donating to me. I appreciate that, and I kind of got the impression that it was a joking sort of thing anyway.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Boba Fett.
Thank you. And Grzegorz, that's not something that I can pronounce.
Is.
I mean, I'm just going to be straight up and say that's not something that I can pronounce, and I'm not going to try. If only for the basis of I'm not going to butcher that.
Yeah, and on the basis of we don't want to summon any of the old ones back into our dimension.
Thank you, Boba Fett.
Yes.
That's all it was.
Yeah, then you don't need to stop or anything.
I see. The situation has gotten really tense. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell just by her expression that even she can't focus now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers, but this time Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Well, you put chocolate in her lips! Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. That's generally how that works, yes.
And I can attest to that, Binio, because I'm part Polish.
Yes. I mean, I can't exactly attest to that much, but I know that you say that, so it's...
On my father's side.
Oh boy. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips. But it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. Okay, everyone!
Yes, much check.
Yuri jolts back.
It's time to share palms! Fred, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right?
Yeah, of course.
No, Don, I myself am not from Poland, but my father grew up in a Polish neighborhood in Detroit.
Ah.
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
The spell is abruptly broken.
I'll take care of the cups.
Yeah. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, what?
Monica, quit chalk blocking. Bravo, Brodus.
In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. I get the feeling that this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. So, who should I show my poem to first? Well, gee, I wonder who we're going to show the poem to first.
I can't possibly fucking fathom.
Let's see what you've written for today.
Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it?
Fred, this one might be even better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday, I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing.
Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. That's a bit of a strong response to a fucking poem, Yuri.
I mean,
I'm not...
maybe she's having an allergic reaction to the paper.
Or to kindness.
I'm not used to this.
Used to what?
I don't know.
It's fine, take your time. You know what I haven't done in a while? I haven't saved.
That might be a good idea, yes.
Alright.
You take care then, Eleanor.
Okay. Alright, yes. Have a good night. Thank you for coming to stream. It's been good having you.
Yes.
I don't know what that accent is. It's some kind of mix mash of the other
They're a
dialects.
Slav.
Something. Yeah, anyway. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her.
Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid. But seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy.
Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it.
I really only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me.
Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods.
Huh.
Huh. That's the wrong voice for Fred.
Hmm.
It's not stupid at all. It's really not. Polish VOD. I mean blood. In Griffin's veins.
Chicken Polish on my father's side.
Oh, for a second I thought you said chicken Polish, and I was confused.
Well, that too, but but we don't talk about that.
Well, we already knew your dad was a cock, but...
Hey. Multiple entendres. Cheeky breaky indeed. Get them Gwumpke up in this bitch.
Anyway. Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. I wonder why! Anyway. Do you want to share the poem you wrote today?
Yeah, I do! If it's with you.
Okay, the raccoon. I think it's the same one. And I feed myself again. What?
Just like, and the raccoon again.
Oh.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for cheering.
Yeah.
Okay. Why do you keep them to yourself?
Because they're embarrassing. And people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Fred?
Well, yeah, I guess I do.
I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes, and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. You're good at a lot of things. Writing, listening. There really aren't many people like you, Fred.
That's exaggerating a little bit.
It's just how I feel.
What didn't... Oh, I have the laugh of a god?
I mean, I have to agree.
Aw.
Angry gods.
Are you trying to kill Mare?
I forgot, I swear.
Oh, I did not see. Hang on, let's see.
Yeah. It seems like Twitch is being a little... Sorry, Mare. I swear I actually did forget. But yeah, it would appear that Twitch is being a little... Well, no pun intended, but twitchy today.
Yeah, it's been kind of off and on today.
Yes.
This game is about absolute precision, 200 IQ minimum. You wouldn't understand it unless you were a pickle Rick.
I was about to say, Yuri, you gotta listen to me, Yuri. We gotta read the poems.
Don't make me hang up on you.
I never thought that I would feel so comfortable sharing my writing, but now I almost feel like I look forward to it. It's just a really nice feeling, and you're to thank for that.
It's nothing, really. Yuri smiles sincerely at me. For just a moment, her timidness seems to disappear. Okay!
You're not wrong, Don.
Yeah, he's honestly very average, and I think that's even kind of the point. There's not really much that's particularly special about him. He is kind of nice, and he's obviously pre-written with a lot of the right dialogue to say, but
Yeah.
he's really just showing basic human kindness, to be quite honest.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's...
Anyway. Well, feel free to send that my way. I would love to read what you have to say, Mare. Meanwhile, I'm going to actually be right back and turn on a few lights because it's gotten to that time where it's now apparently time to be dark. So,
Yes.
just a moment. Griffin, feel free to entertain the masses.
I suppose that's what I'm here for, after all. It is my lot in life, so to speak.
I heard the I mean standing up.
Hello, and welcome to the Magic Lorelei Cybernetic Pink Eye podcast. I don't know why I decided to go into my Nova voice billions and billions of years ago. That happened.
It's a baby on the bed who's staring at me like I'm crazy.
And here we have a window into the life of Lorelei.
And I'm back.
Welcome back.
And of course, adjusting into the chair. Alright.
Do I do ASMR? Not intentional. It's something that apparently accidentally happens every now and then. Like, against my better judgment and against my will.
You're doing ASMR against your will?
I don't... By that, I mean, I don't mean to... I forget that it's a thing, alright? Keep in mind, like, common knowledge of ASMR was... It's only very recent, at least in regards to my cognizance of it. I only very recently discovered it was a thing.
Well, to be fair, you only recently discovered your lower register.
I mean, I'd like to think that I've had my lower register for notably longer than I've known that people are affected by it.
Mm-hmm.
And to be fair, Don, I think, well, ASMR, from my understanding of it, and mind you, I don't understand that much, it falls under a lot of categories. Like, bassiness is one of them, yes, but I think there's a few different varieties of it.
There is most often soft speaking,
Which is where you're talking kind of like this, but it's not fully whispering, but it is on the softer side and perhaps more lulling than it is, say, something that's more averagely spoken. There's often a lot of delays between words, and there is a sort of contemplativeness to everything that the person is saying. There's often a lot of enunciation in certain words. And then there's actual whispering, which can also get very interesting as well. Either way, it involves over-enunciation in one way or another.
Yes, all sorts of untold treasures lie in these streams. So stay tuned. Be sure to tune in next week as well.
So, I feel like we need to poke at Natsuki again. I think that she was probably feeling neglected after yesterday.
Okay, and we will keep that in mind, Vivisan. We do apologize.
Okay. I won't be doing that anymore. I just wanted to demonstrate what we could do.
Yes.
Okay. Natsuki! Well, I can admit that it's better than the last one. It's nice to see you're putting in some effort. That's good. But I still don't like this at all. It's trying too hard to be serious. What do you mean by that? Poems don't need to be all deep-sounding to express something. It's going to just sound like you're forcing it unless you really don't suck at it. Honestly, don't bother trying to write poems like this until you're on Yuri's level. Natsuki stopped short all of a sudden. Don't tell me. You're not just trying to impress Yuri, are you? What are you talking about? And keep your voice down. You know Yuri would love this angsty... Oh, thank you for following.
Yes.
I mean, okay, I'm gonna tell you, I've actually been tempted to do ASMR. It's just one of those things where I have fairly limited mic access, so to speak, so I would only be able to do, like, a singular, like, one-channel audio, which is not good for a lot of the ambient effects that you could include. I could possibly do some special effects or audio editing to that effect, but it would still... Oh, I ship Natsuki and Yuri. Hello.
Oh, God, yes.
Anyway. You know that Yuri would love this angsty... Just because she's a talented writer doesn't mean... I mean... Ugh! Looks like I'm in trouble. I somehow struck a nerve. Though what I did is beyond me. I am so done with you! Natsuki shoves the poem I handed her back over to me. Take your stupid poem! If you wrote it for someone else, just don't show it to me! Ouch. This is what I get for letting a younger girl step into my business. Jesus Christ, Fred!
Our protagonist, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. There's a huge ASMR community.
Yeah.
Unless
Go ahead.
I was going on with the plot, but go ahead and keep talking.
Oh, no, I'm good.
Oh, really? Did the belt scare you out of it?
Well, it generally scares me, but
No, that's not true at all. You once thanked me for it.
unconsciously. Yeah, that has some dark implications, doesn't it?
It's just because you said it so softly, too. It's just like, thank you, you say. Crap!
For context, I was
No context!
I was having a very I was extremely tired, like mentally exhausted, and I had like some wires got switched up in my head when Laura and I were on a call, and she belched.
He usually says something like nice or cool or something like that. Like usually nice. And instead of nice, he goes, thank you.
Because I think that like it got crossed up with like nice or bless you and the response to that, and I don't know what the fuck it was, but suffice to say, for whatever reason, I said thank you, and she's not let it go ever since.
I'm not gonna let that go. Same thing with the tacos, man.
Oh my god, let the fucking tacos go.
You should have let them go!
They were still good!
They were 2 weeks old!
And still good!
You! Griffin's conversation level is too low, not enough dialogue options.
Renegade for life.
Okay.
There is no Paragon option for me.
Unless I was a mind reader, I was destined to be in a world of pain from the start. At least Natsuki wasn't really the girl I was trying to impress in the first place.
Okay.
Alright, and Sayuri.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like this one, Fred. It has some nice feelings in it.
Ah, I'm glad. So it's at least better than yesterday's.
Uh-huh.
Maybe I'm getting better at this then.
Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad, but that's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem.
I'm not sure that's exactly how it works.
I mean, it's not a bad means of measuring it.
Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Maybe. Skip, skip, skip. Alright, Monica!
Uh-huh.
Hi again, Fred.
Alright, skip.
This one's good. It feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style?
I guess so. You can't deny that she's talented.
Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe it.
I mean, to be fair, romantic actually does describe more than just, like, relationship romance, but also just, like, idealism.
Oh, yeah. Like, oftentimes you'll hear, well, like, more, a long time ago, but, like, in pieces of literature, when men would talk about leading romantic lives, it would be more in reference to, leading lives of high adventure or things like that. Like, that is a man's romance, something to that effect.
Minio, thank you for joining the stream, and I really appreciate you stepping in to support me and your commentary this entire time. I do hope that you have a wonderful night.
Yeah, you have a good one, Vinia.
And yes, romanticism is also a literary movement. Anyway.
Yes.
That's the best way to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen.
I noticed that too. Or when she's talking about literature, it's like a light turns on inside of her.
Mm-hmm. You can see it glowing right in her chest. At least you would if her boobs weren't in the way. Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what goes on in that head of hers?
I hope you don't mean that in a bad way.
No, of course not. I just meant that I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still, defending her like that, you must be pretty into her.
Eh? You completely misunderstood.
Uh-huh.
Calm down, I'm kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend.
What? Wait, really?
Yeah, a fictional one.
Oh, okay. She's got a husbando.
His name is Rocky Raccoon.
I'm
Moving right along.
I'm trying to stream here. Monica kind of whispers that last part to me.
It's just a hunch, but...
Well, there's not really anything wrong with that.
Oh, well, I know.
I was just saying, but anyway.
If only, Dawn.
You want to read my poem now? I like this way. Save me if meaningless. Load me, okay.
Sounds like the lyrics to an Evanescence song.
Skipping, skipping, skipping.
Oh, God.
Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Okay. Well, alright. I'm gonna take a quick sip. So I would love to be able to get through the entire game tonight, but the thing is that even as quickly as we're moving through this, there's still quite a lot of game to get through. I'm gonna still do what I can do. Normally I would go in the next half hour or so. I might extend it to the next hour. It starts getting a little bit on the later side. But we'll see what we can do. Alright, I would walk home with Yuri. Walking home with Yuri, huh? Why does the thought of that make my heart pound? I mean, given how hard it is for her to socialize, I would feel awful turning her down, so...
Isn't she so beautiful and smart?
That has nothing to do with what I just said.
You admitted it!
Jeez. There's not even any point in speculating something that's never gonna happen.
Well, maybe.
Skip. Okay.
Maybe skip.
The thing is that I will say that if I don't finish this up today, there may be an additional stream this week. I will probably be having it on Wednesday, so a nice big spooktacular stream to wrap everything up.
Yes.
But, well, let's see. Fantasy? Oh, that was Natsuki, Jesus.
Huh.
Sensation? Yes. Entropy! It's a big word, so you know it's one of hers.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Cue a thank you.
Yes. Merity tipping a fedora.
Unrestrained. Pleasure. Let's see.
Welcome back, Boba Fett.
Yes, welcome back.
Ocean? Oh, that's Sayuri.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that there was... Well, infinite. Okay.
God damn it, Mare.
What? Got milk commercial turns 25. McGriffin. Jesus Christ.
God, has it really been 25 years?
Embrace, oh, that's Sayuri. Whoops. I think we're pretty well on the
Yuri path.
Yeah. Lust. Incapable. Uncontrollable. Vibrant. Promise I know is whirlwind, maybe. Yep. Unstable. Yes. Milk commercials. The thing is that the milk movement is in itself literally paid for so that it would give the milk industry a boom. Don't get me wrong. I love my goddamn cheese, and if you take my cheese from me, I will kill you. But a lot of that promotion was to try and justify all of the farm... Like, okay, this is getting into interesting territory. But it was basically to justify all of the farm ground being used to produce all of these cows and to have the cows be happy so they could produce the milk and stimulate the milk economy, so to speak. But
Yeah.
honestly, it's actually pretty bad for us to be eating as much milk as we do.
Yeah.
Don't cheese lore off. Raven!
You cannot get angry over that.
I'm not angry. I'm happy, actually, but I'm just yelling because... Okay, uncanny.
Loud noises!
Atone. Fester. Kawaii! Okay, no, effulgent. Contamination. Yes, still I am shouting at you. Aw, man, it's time to skip.
God.
Why does it feel like I'm being watched? Oh boy, that's always a good start to things.
Uh-huh.
I glance around the room. Suddenly I notice Yuri peering at me from over her book. But she looks away just as quickly with a flustered look on her face. I realize that she won't get anywhere with this. Like this. I've never really seen Yuri approach anyone or start a conversation of her own on her own accord. So I have no choice but to approach her myself. Well, you do have a choice. You could choose to walk out of the room.
Yeah.
By now, it's a little easier for me to do that. I stand up from my desk and sit in one next to her own.
I didn't mean to bother you or anything.
Oh man, it's time to skip!
Uh-huh.
Relax, you didn't even do anything.
But I could tell that you wanted to be alone with your thoughts.
Alone with my thoughts? Do you know me? How were you even able to tell that I was thinking like that?
Well, it's something that I do a lot. So it wasn't hard for me to spot based on your posture and expression. Not that I was staring or anything. I didn't do anything creepy like that.
In any case, I guess you were right. I'm sorry if I caused you any concern.
Don't apologize. I'm the biggest hypocrite in the room.
I mean...
Your troubles are only the concern of those who willingly share in that concern. Of course, there are certainly those who find the most comfort in keeping to themselves. But if you would prefer to share what's on your mind, then I would be glad to listen.
It's really not that big of a deal. I was just feeling a bit uneasy about Sayori.
Sayori?
Yeah, she seems a little off today, but when I asked her about it, she didn't want to admit it to me. So I can't help but wonder if something happened to her?
Oh? That's quite romantic.
Eh?
Sorry? I didn't mean to say something stupid!
It's not that. I just didn't want you to misunderstand.
He
Sayori and
throws
I
a
have...
cookie at her head.
You would. I'm just picturing, like, you sitting in, like, the back of the room, and as Yuri's talking, you literally just throw a fucking cookie at the back of her head.
Oh, it worked for the other one.
It worked for the other one, he says. Do you hear this, asshole? Do you hear this taco-eating asshole?
I want you to think about what you just said.
I do think about everything that I say.
Look at this taco-eating asshole.
Okay, am I wrong? Are you not an asshole? Do you not eat tacos?
Well, who doesn't? Who in their right mind doesn't?
Now that's not a fair statement to make. Some people don't like tacos. Don't be a fucking food snob, you piece of shit. Okay, deeper voice. This isn't male. Sayori and I have just been friends for a long time, that's all.
I see. Then perhaps it is unusual for her to be dismissive to you about her feelings.
Or maybe I'm just reading too much into it a little too much.
Fred, the world is full of meaning, often hidden deep beneath plain sight. And there are many untold mysteries behind every person, no matter how well you may know them.
So you think that there might be something behind it after all?
I think that Sayori is a very complex person.
I don't tacos, you tea-supping person, you.
Listen.
Sipping.
Sipping.
Well,
Well, I mean, you're English. Raven, so I would expect you'd be a tea sipper yourself.
Her mannerisms on the outside don't always match what may be going on inside her head, and she may not always know what she wants. I noticed her strange behavior today, too, and I also feel some concern for her. But in your case, it looked like she was fully occupying your thoughts, wasn't she?
Well, I guess that was the case.
Sayori, she really means a lot to you, doesn't she?
I guess. But you don't need to put it that way. We're just good friends, that's all. No, apparently Raven does not like the tease.
In other words, someday you'll grow into it.
Stop that.
You'll reach the age of maturity.
He is older than you.
Age does not necessarily correlate to maturity.
You're not wrong, but he is still quite a bit older than you.
Oh, yeah.
Yuri suddenly looks deeply into my eyes. Her expression is gentle and curious, as if she was searching for something. Embarrassed, I avert my gaze.
Sometimes, a person's mysteries are untold even to themselves. And you, as someone honest and caring...
Get off my fucking lawn, Junior!
I love that you're giving him a southern accent.
I was gonna say, why did I go... Get off my fucking lawn, Junior!
Well, I mean, Yorkshire is part of the name.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can't do a Yorkshire accent, unfortunately.
He's northern. See, there you go. I'm not personally fond of tea. I mean, I will drink it, like, if that's what I'm given, but, like, it's not my go-to.
Yes. Thank you, Don.
Yes.
Yes.
May uncover feelings you weren't aware were in you. That is, I think that she would be a very fortunate person to have you feel that way about her.
Yuri, you're giving me too much credit. You really are. You really are.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty simple guy, so I think I'm pretty good at understanding my own feelings. I'm not nearly as sophisticated as you.
That's not a compliment, is it?
It is what it is. Anyway, as long as we're here, why don't we do some reading? Let's move on to the plot.
Well, as long as you're okay with it.
Yeah. I should be taking my mind off this whole damn thing anyway. This whole thing. I inserted a word there that doesn't apply. Alright. Welcome back, Boba Fett. This is
Yes.
war.
Yes. Are we already forgetting what happened the last time, Raven?
The fucking fish in the face. Fucking dance.
It's a classic.
Oh, God, okay. Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monica calls out to the club room. Why don't we share our poems now, Skip? Who should I show it to? Well, Yuri, of course.
Fred, your writing has only improved in these last few days. Every poem you've shown me has been nothing short of spectacular. I can really feel the emotions. I'm a little envious, even. I don't think it ever came to me this naturally.
Yuri, that's the wrong way to put it. This never did come naturally to me.
What?
Huh. I mean, I don't disagree, Don. I do like honey and tea.
Yeah, and I will say that I generally prefer the sweeter teas. One place I would highly recommend anyone who can find one is Dave's Tea if you're up north in Canada region. I think they have some outlets in the U.S. as well, and also Teavana. They do a lot of custom teas, mixes like caramel popcorn or chocolate covered banana or things to that effect.
He would eat stale scones.
Oh hell yeah!
I mean, it depends.
Scones are scones.
So, gestures at Griffin Weekly. That's him. Welcome back, Brodus, man.
If it's still edible, you don't waste it. That's
I am trying to play a game.
Also, welcome back, Brodus.
Yes. But I've been able to improve so much thanks to you. You're really the example I was chasing after.
Is that so?
Yuri gently smiles to herself.
This feeling. I'm so glad I got the chance to share my writing. I never thought it would feel like this.
I remember you mentioning that yesterday. I can't believe that you're so good at something and you've never even shared it with anyone. It's kind of a shame.
Maybe, but it's not like I really had a choice.
What do you mean?
Well,
Yuri smiles sadly.
Fred, during lunchtime, I eat by myself. Most people can't stand the stench of what I eat. Did you know that? It's a great time to find a quiet spot and do some reading. In fact, I always have some books with me. You could say that I really enjoy reading. Well, that's one way to put it anyway. But books are so full of amazing and inspiring people. People you want to fall in love with. Or people you just know would make a really good friend.
You guys need to get into the same call at some point, Raven. That's
Abso-fucking-lutely.
foregone conclusion.
It's going to happen.
Cheerful people who always put a smile on your face. Or deep thinkers and problem solvers who discover the mysteries of life. So, when you look at it that way, I'm surrounded by friends every day. You know? And those friends don't laugh at me. They don't tease me for spacing out all the time. They don't make fun of my body type. And they don't hate me for acting like a know-it-all.
People say that about you? I mean, yeah, you know that they do. You've encountered it already, Fred.
Mm-hmm.
What?
I'm not a know-it-all, Fred. It's the opposite. I don't know anything. I don't know how to talk to people. I don't know how to make people see me as normal. I don't even know how to make myself happy. I have all these feelings, and all I can do with them is read and write. But it wasn't until now that I started sharing it with you that I really understood what was missing all this time.
But I haven't really done anything. He's not wrong!
Yeah.
He really hasn't done anything.
No, that's wrong.
I mean, I will say it's true. Being the soundboard for someone's writing can actually be incredibly useful. Very,
Oh,
very
yeah,
helpful. Huh. Interesting thought, Raven. Alright, good night, Vig Vig. Thank you for joining.
Have a good one. Oh, God.
Yeah, the thing is, I mean, I have more in common with Yuri than most of the characters in this. I mean, other than Sayori for various reasons, I'm probably a blend between Yuri and Sayori.
Yeah. I mean, take a wild guess which one I feel the most kinship with.
The gremlin?
Uh-huh.
The tsundere?
Mm-hmm.
Gee, Griffin, you're a tsundere? I never would have guessed.
You're the one who's pegged me as such multiple times.
Oh, baby, I've pegged you,
Do
alright.
Do not.
I still love you doing the fucking roundabout as we enter that section of the Spencer's gifts. Running to the other side of the store. You're just like, nope!
Here is a box with all of my nope.
Okay.
My God. Anyway.
Just being patient and respectful. That's really important to me. I know I'm a difficult person, Fred. I speak too slowly. I second guess myself all the time. I read too deeply into things. But every time, you've always treated me just like anyone else. It's so rare that I feel comfortable with myself when I talk to others. But that's why every time I talk to you, I just feel really happy.
I see. Well, I treat you how you deserve to be treated, Yuri. And if other people don't see it that way, then screw them. I mean, I joined this club hoping I would make friends. That's not why.
Oh, yeah.
And I would say I've had at least one success. Wouldn't you?
if you put it that way.
I don't think I've seen anyone set themselves up as much as Griffin does. You're not wrong.
Listen.
Yeah. We really are friends now, aren't we?
Yuri puts her head in her hands. What did you just do? It sounded like you, like, cocked a gun.
What? This?
Never mind. Maybe I'm just imagining you cocking a gun.
I mean, it says a lot about your mindset of me.
Doesn't it, though?
Uh-huh.
It's almost like you've physically hurt me in the past.
Bullshit! You gave me a high five, then your hand broke. That's basically what happened.
You gave me a high five like it wasn't you slapping the fuck out of my hand.
I did not slap the fuck out of it. It's not my fault your bones are made of paper mache. Okay, so I guess we'll tell this story on stream again. So
When I was visiting Griffin on that first night, we were talking, and of course we were excited to be interacting with each other in person. Among other things, we actually did a high five after a nice moment in our conversation. And the thing is that he hit my hand so hard it turned pink. So
it gets better.
Well, then later, we tried to do a fist bump in appreciation for the conversation because he didn't want to hurt my hand again, and he popped my knuckle. So then later, as he's antagonizing me, I reach down to pick up something to hit him with, and my arm snaps. So...
But what she means, like her elbow joint popped. That's all what happened. It didn't actually snap.
Well...
She was actually fine.
Yeah.
For all intents and purposes.
He's trying to cover his bases just in case I make a lawsuit.
Uh-huh.
What the hell, Griffin?
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Cat. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to show me your poem?
Yeah, I do. Let me get it for you.
Ghost of the Light Part 2. Now, this is a little bit different when you actually romance her.
The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. In the distance, a blue-green light flickers. A lone figure crosses its path, a silhouette obstructing the eerie glow. My heart pounds. The silhouette grows closer, closer. I open my umbrella, casting a shadow to shield me from visibility, but I am too late. He steps into the streetlight. I gasp and drop my umbrella. The light flickers. My heart pounds. He raises his arm.
Excuse me.
He raises his arm.
Time stops.
Lovely, Yuri.
The only indication of movement is the amber light flickering against his outstretched arm. The flickering light is in rhythm with the pounding of my heart, teasing me for succumbing to this forbidden emotion. Have you ever heard of a ghost feeling warmth before? Giving up on understanding, I laugh. Understanding is overrated. I touch his hand. The flickering stops. Ghosts are blue-green. My heart is amber.
I do actually like that.
Yeah, not bad.
Sigh.
Less sign.
Finishing the poem, I start to hand it back to Yuri. But instead of taking it from me, she looks away.
Do you dislike it?
No, of course not. I just don't really know how I should respond. Despite Yuri's poems usually being cryptic, it wasn't hard to figure out what this one was about.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I'll be able to explain this one.
That's fine.
Finally grew a brain cell, huh, Fred?
I understand this one. Means you want to fuck me. Yuri is having an even harder time speaking than usual. Does this
I
one
wonder why.
mean a lot to you? Yuri nods. I'm not really good with words, but I'm happy that you shared it with me. So, thank you. What?
I'm sorry, Dawn.
Lisai, which is
I've
hilarious.
corrupted Dawn.
Given that they're French, Lisai is amazing. What?
Oh, God. Do we explain to Dawn where that comes from?
Lisai? Well,
Lasine.
Lisine comes from Homestuck.
Yeah.
And I hope we keep spending time together. Despite my inability to make eye contact, I see a faint smile emerge on Yuri's lips. I once again try to hand the poem back to her, but instead Yuri gently takes my hands and pushes them back towards me. I hesitate in response to her warm touch.
You can, the poem is...
Once again, Yuri feels... What?
Dawn. Yes, you are now cursed, Dawn. One of us. One of us.
I do recommend, if you have the opportunity, to sit down and either read through the comic itself, which is the preferable way, but also if you want to get through it relatively quickly, listening to the Let's Read Homestuck that is on YouTube. Both of them are acceptable ways to be able to carve your way through the story. It is a massive, sprawling story, but it is amazing.
I see Brodus has drunk the Kool-Aid.
I see. You don't know what Homestuck is. It's a comic. It's a movement. It's a fandom. It's...
Baby.
Oh my god.
I mean, you're not even wrong, Vive.
I mean, I would recommend reading it, but that's up to you.
Yeah, it's not for everyone, but it's an entertaining read, to be sure.
Once again, Yuri fails to form a complete sentence. You mean I can keep it? Yuri nods. I'd love to. Again, Yuri faintly smiles as if she doesn't want me to notice.
You always make me feel nice. In my skirt. I know I'm not good with people, but I hope that I can return the favor sometimes. With
In my skirt. There's no escaping it.
What?
Just Vivi's reaction. No.
No. Yeah. Don't worry. I think you would do a good job. Yuri finally turns back toward me.
I guess we should move on before Monica says something. But I'm sure we can talk again later.
Yeah. I'm sure we will. With that, Yuri timidly smiles at me and I return to my seat so I can put her poem away. Alright. Well, let's try Natsuki.
Yeah.
Yeah, no thanks.
Eh? You didn't even... Next! I mean, that's exactly how she should.
Well, I mean, moving right along. Jesus.
It's nice, I guess.
Come on, I can already tell you don't like it.
Well, you don't need...
Okay, skip.
Oh,
Alright,
God.
so Sayori goes home. Monica!
Hi, Fred.
Have you thought about what you want? Okay, skip.
Your style's gotten so refined, Fred. Yuri's been teaching you a lot of things, hasn't she? With her skirt.
Well, I guess so.
Yeah, I've been noticing how much time you spent with her. I think I've heard her say more words these past couple of days than she's talked in a whole year. I'm not sure how you did it, but that's pretty impressive.
Well, that's true, Dawn.
Yeah.
Well, she just needs some patience and a way to talk about all the things in her head, I guess. I'm still getting the hang of it myself.
You're certainly putting in a lot of effort. You must really like her.
That's...
Don't deny it, bitch. I've been watching.
I like the...
Listen, just because my voice is tired.
It's awfully suspicious, you know. Spending time with her in the club room every day, reading that edgy novel with her. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you, Monica.
Actually, don't.
I mean, okay. Well, I just feel bad that she has a hard time socializing. It makes me want to make sure she doesn't spend all her time alone. Besides, the novel isn't too bad either, you know.
All right. I get you. Just be careful, all right? I know that Yuri isn't used to opening herself up, so if something bad happens while she's vulnerable, then it could be really hard for her. Her books aren't a total escape from reality. They're just a bandage.
You say that like I'm going to hurt her.
Sorry, I didn't really mean that. If anything, she might accidentally hurt herself.
Uh-huh. That was at the same time on my end.
God damn it.
So you guys are probably already aware of this, but in case you're not, Griff and I have the tendency to say the exact same thing at the exact same time. Or
In
if
the
not,
exact same way.
yeah. We've had that happen a few times. Some have actually been recorded. There was one stream a couple of streams ago where we did that.
Yeah.
Anyway. As I say that, Monica says, anyway. Skip. Okay, skip. Alright. Well, of course, I am going to help Yuri.
Yes.
Well, I'll probably be the most helpful helping out Yuri.
Me? Are you serious? Why would you?
Okay, skip. And honestly, we've already seen a lot of this, so...
Yeah.
And again, this is the conversation with Sayuri where she admits that she's depressed. We tell her we're going to be there for her. We've already seen this whole scene, so we're just skipping right on through.
Yes. And yes, Don, Jojo has been absorbed into the fusion as well.
Including another friend of mine. You've probably seen him. Oh, geez. You've seen Luke in my Let's Play of Evil Land and Evil Land 2.
Yes.
He has apparently been joining the fusion, as we discovered the other day. We were playing a game, and it's from the new Jackbox, and it's kind of hard to get into it, but let's just say we both put in... So at first, both Griffin and I did the same fucking thing, and his presentation won, so I called him a patent stealer. And the next one was we were given a prompt for something that can fix when someone steals your patents. And,
Which was my prompt, by the way.
Yes. And both Luke and I drew a knife. Sorry, a knife. Anyway.
Knife.
Okay. Further skipping.
Boy.
I hate to skip over serious conversations like this, but you'll always be my dearest friend. And then she dies. Emotionally.
It's the day of the festival.
It's the day of the festival. Hey! Guess what, guys? Guess what? Guess what comes next? Guess what comes next? Can you guess what comes next, Griffin?
I really couldn't tell you. I have no way of possibly... I mean, it can't be another soft reboot. I mean, that'd just be ridiculous.
You're actually wrong. I'm going to keep going.
Huh.
Today is the day of the festival. It's time to keep going.
Oh.
Well, we've been through all three other paths. There's not much else that we can do. A puppy? That's right. Of all days, I expected to be the one, this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayuri. But Sayuri isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. The banner Yuri and I painted is dry, and I gently rolled it up to take with me. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayuri and Yuri at the festival. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too. And no music. Fred! You're the first one here. Thanks for being early. That's funny. I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monica is placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. It must be the ones she prepared to have all of the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like and submitted it. So that's the one I'll be performing. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. You'd think that on a day this important, she'd try a little harder. I say that, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday, and I suddenly feel awful knowing that it's not nearly that simple for her. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking. But maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. You should take a little responsibility for her, Fred. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know. Exchange? Monica, you know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president, after all. But I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about that quickly? About how I basically turned down her confession? That makes me really seem like the bad guy here. But I'm the one that knows what's best for her, right? I didn't mean to have my voice crack there, but it works.
Well, it's appropriate.
Jeez. You don't know the full story at all, so...
Don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think.
Eh? Monica is being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that.
Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice.
Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid out on the desks. Oh, yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognized Natsuki's and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? That was weird timing. I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's one that I haven't read before.
Get out of my head, 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 get out of my head. Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But a poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving.
What is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach.
Fred? What's wrong?
Nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's written. But more than that... I changed my mind! I'm going to go get Sayori, so...
Well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay?
I quickly leave the classroom.
Don't strain yourself!
Monica calls that out after me. I quicken my pace. Well, thank you, Don.
Yeah, well, it's almost as if Laura's an actor.
Maybe. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her or help her wake up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they always have been. That's all she needs, and what I want to give her. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I don't expect an answer, since she's not picking up her phone, either. Like yesterday, I opened the door and let myself in. Sayori? She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. Isn't that more like something a boyfriend would do? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori? Wake up, dummy! There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter her room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Sayori... Is that the background from the intro? An exception has occurred. File Game Script Chapter 5, RP, line 307. See traceback text for details. Well. What is going on? I say as if I didn't already know.
Yeah.
So, oh god, this is gonna take just a second while I hunt for the game file.
Joy of joys.
Because here's the thing. There's a funny little bit that's associated with this.
Uh-huh.
Doki Doki Literature Club has some very interesting things that happen. Oh, happy thoughts. That's right.
Yes.
Let's look at this picture. I mean, I don't think that I can show... Oh, well, maybe I can, actually. Let's see. I'm gonna minimize that, but, let's see. Let's pop this open. So you can see this picture right here. That's happy thoughts. That's what just popped up in the game file. And let's see, traceback. Restart top context. While running game code, I'm sorry, but an uncaught exception occurred. Restart top context. Oh, geez. I didn't break anything, did I? Hold on a sec. I can probably fix this, I think. Actually, you know what? This would probably be a lot easier if I just deleted her. She's the one who's making this so difficult. Ah, well. Here goes nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And see, there's also a file, and I'm going to show this off again. There's a file in here called Characters. Monica, Natsuki, and Yuri are all here. Sayori is not. Yeah, so that just happened.
Uh-huh.
Anyway. Press F to pay respects. Oh, come on, guys.
Spams F.
Leave it alone, God.
What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sayori I would be there for her. I told her I know what's best, and that everything will be okay. Then why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Turning down her confession? It has to have been what pushed her over the edge. Her agonized scream still echoes in my ears. Why did I do that to her when she needed me the most? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, walked her to school, and gave her what I know she wanted out of our relationship, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the Literature Club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now.
Nothing I do can bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. I had only one chance, and I wasn't careful enough. And now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. I still couldn't do what she needed from me. And now, I can never take it back. Never, 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 never. And that's the end of Doki Doki Literature Club!
F is for friends who do things together.
Oh.
U is for you and me.
Oh, God. Something's gone wrong. Something has gone wrong.
Sorry, you got a little something right there. And there.
And
there.
kind of over... I mean, really, you don't really have anything. It's the other three that have all just kind of merged into the one spot where you used to be. I also want to point out that while it's hidden over here, Monica is different from the others in that she has dark thigh highs with her socks.
I was
so
gonna
it
say.
Pops up here. Well, I mean, that doesn't look really good. But maybe there's something else that we could do. We could try loading a different game. Let's try just the one that we did right before all this. I mean, surely. File error. Characters / sayuri.chr. The file is missing or corrupt. The save file is corrupt. Starting a new game. I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the... What? Like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is... my neighbor and good friend since we were children. In the name of the king, it hurts. You know, it's the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but the kind that just works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would just get tired of waiting up. But if she's gonna chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let her catch up to me. Oh God.
Yeah, there are few things more awkward in high school than having an eldritch horror as your best friend.
It's an ordinary school day, like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. But I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. You say that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just moving a few things around. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation.
Welcome back, Boba Fett.
Welcome back. You missed a big moment.
Yes.
But don't worry, this is all being recorded and will be eventually posted to my channel.
Yes.
Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Fred? Oh, God! Hi, Monica! Monica?
Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right?
Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Yes. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little what did you come in here for anyway?
Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers?
I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right?
Well, about that, I actually quit the debate club.
Really? You quit?
Yeah. And to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it.
In that case, what club did you decide to join?
Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club.
Oh god, hello.
You could say that, Boba Fett.
See, what you missed, Boba Fett?
Boba Fett, who's Sayori?
Yeah, who's Sayori?
Yeah, I think maybe mistaking her for Natsuki or Yuri.
I mean, I was just showing this on stream, but like, let me pull it up again, because, I mean, this deserves revisiting, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
Let's see, Steam... there we go. So, just to show this off, so this is what my screen looks like, and there's this file right here that says characters. There's no Sayuri. No Sayuri whatsoever.
Yeah. I mean, it's an honest mistake.
I mean, it sounds a lot like Yuri, so maybe that's where the name came from.
Oh yeah.
A literature club.
Literature? That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far?
It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring.
Well, I can see that.
But it's really not boring at all, you know. Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room.
Wait, really? That's quite possibly Boba Fett.
Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature, too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right?
Did Monica say she?
Hey, Fred, by any chance, are you still looking for a club to join?
I mean, I guess so, but...
In that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please?
Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? Sure, I guess I could check it out.
Awesome!
There's no harm in it. After all, it's just Monica.
It's just Monica.
You're really sweet, Fred. You know that?
It's nothing, really.
Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important.
And that's quite possible, Boba Fett. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I timidly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door.
I'm back! And I brought a guest with me!
Oh, God.
A guest? Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere! Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Fred.
Gee, I wonder why things flickered when Yuri came on screen. I mean...
Probably just your imagination.
Oh, yeah. It's like that black box from earlier, that glitch. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls.
So, let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right?
What? No, I'm not.
Natsuki?
The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year.
Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president.
All joking aside, Yuri is now the vice president.
Mm-hmm.
Because there isn't anyone else to take the role, I suppose.
Of course not.
I'm just pointing that out.
It's nice to meet you.
Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you.
So, I ran into Fred in a classroom and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica! Didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know. Sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Fred?
The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Well, oh. All the saves are gone.
Well, I mean, of course, we're just starting up a new game.
That's right. We're starting a new game. There wouldn't be any saves here. What am I thinking?
Yeah, hey, again, happens to the best.
Cat. Psst, psst, psst. No. No. Cat. Kitty. Psst, psst, psst. Hey, buddy. Yeah, that's what I thought. Sorry. Cat interruption, as usual.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that was Blackjack. He's not allowed to argue with me.
Yes.
The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica.
So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone.
I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club.
You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident we can all grow grow.
Sorry, a little bit more Cthulhu has worked in here.
Nice.
Well, the thing is, Boba Fett, in all seriousness, what you missed was... I mean, it's hard to put it into words because the way that the game handles this is actually very specific. So, on the day of the festival, we arrived at school to find out that Sayuri was apparently having some complications. The poem that she submitted for the festival was a very clear cry for help. Fred rushed back home to try and check in with her, only to find her having hung herself. And as she is hanging herself, the background suddenly switches to the startup screen for the game, and then tells us that an exception has occurred. There is no character file for Sayuri anymore, and the game can no longer load that. Yeah.
Also, you take care, Nimryu.
Alright. Yes, have a good night. Thank you for dropping by. Anyway, I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hi, Carl.
Hey, Carl.
Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess.
Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Oh, okay. Yes, you kind of left her hanging this morning is literally what Monica says.
Mm-hmm.
In an absolutely bitch move.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry. Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book?
I guess.
Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not...
Insulted, Yuri looks away.
I meant that, you know.
I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea.
I'm glad.
Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief.
So, Fred, what kinds of things do you like to read?
Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet.
Not much of a reader, I guess.
Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Yes, I know, Don.
Yes.
Anyway, what about you, Yuri?
Let's see.
Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger.
My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive.
Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people.
But, you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well.
Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop?
Uh-huh, that has a bit new meaning now.
Just pointing that out.
Yep.
Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately.
The thing is that you can't be with Monica on your first run.
Mm-hmm.
There's literally no way to romance Monica. I mean, she doesn't even show up in the poem list.
Yeah.
I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something that I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock.
I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? I don't know why I suddenly went into this weird range. Really, if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at
Changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Right in the fucking introduction, the game fucking lampshades this shit. And yet you don't see it, because why would you? Why would you expect anything out of this fucking game other than this sweet little dating sim?
Ugh, I hate horror. Oh? Why's that? Well, I just...
Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second.
Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! Give that back!
My voice is dying. I have been going for 2.5 hours now, though.
God.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take us to the first poem. And then probably call it quits for today.
Hey.
But what this means is that I will indeed be doing a stream on Wednesday, on Halloween. I will try to notify both by my Twitter, which if you like, you can follow that. You can follow that. I believe it is linked in one of the little social panels underneath the stream. I will also be, posting when I am actually streaming in the various Discord channels that I am a part of, which I believe that several of you come from. But this is where we are getting into the meat of the game.
Yes.
So, we'll be able to have some fun come Halloween. Okay.
Indubitably.
Fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care?
I am losing my ability to do voices. I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime?
No!
Natsuki averts her eyes.
You wouldn't like them.
Not a very confident writer yet.
I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is to writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart.
Do you have writing experience too, Yuri?
Maybe if you share some of your work,
You could shut up. You can set an example and help Natsuki feel more comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Excuse me.
What was that about sitting in silence?
I will eat you.
You will try.
I can eat you.
Well, few people can stomach me.
I can. Clearly I
Say
can.
that now.
I mean, I've been putting up with you for the last year or so.
Fair enough.
Hey! Hey, I just got an idea. How about this?
Huh? Nat and Yuri. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica.
Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. I mean, I thought it was a good idea.
Well, that's not the right voice for Yuri. I am trying to voice act, and my voice doesn't want to let me voice act.
It's okay. You're almost done. You're almost done.
Well, I think you're right, Monica. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president, after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Fred?
Hold on, there's still one problem.
Eh? What's that?
Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind this entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monica may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes.
But... I'm sorry, I thought...
Humph! Eh? The girls exchange glances before Monica turns back to me.
I guess I need to tell you the truth, Fred. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one more before the festival...
I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. They're sinking! Throw a life jacket!
Put on a life jacket!
It's the quicksand! So, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls light back up and they pump up out of the quicksand.
Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Fred?
Yeah. It could be fun, right?
You really did scare me for a moment.
I mean, if you really just left after all of this, I would be super pissed.
When aren't you super pissed, Natsuki?
I mean...
Fred, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing.
I'll do everything...
I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay?
Listen. We don't need that. And the thing is that I don't think I'm all out of line in implying that either.
I mean...
Thanks, I guess.
Okay, everyone. I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note.
I mean,
Just fine, good.
Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share.
Monica looks over at me once more.
Fred, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself.
Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then.
Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait.
Oh, God. Well, thank you for following. Hello.
Yes.
With that, I depart the clubroom and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the three girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. All right. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. You have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Sure. Nothing is real. Nothing is real? Question mark. Huh.
Curiouser and curiouser.
We've unlocked a special poem. But that's gonna have to do it for today.
Yes.
So, that has been so far Doki Doki Literature Club. Tune in on Wednesday, on Halloween. I will probably aim for the same time that I usually start, which is 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern. If that changes, I will post some sort of notification. I may even want to start a little bit earlier just to make sure that we can get through the game. But again, it's all subjective, and I will let you know. I will tweet about it, make sure that there is an update on my Twitter if you want to follow that, or I will talk about it in the various servers that I am a part of. I will post a notification before I start, but sometime on Halloween afternoon/evening, I will be streaming.
Yes.
So, alright. Oops, that's not what I wanted. I want to go back to the main menu. I will lose unsaved progress, this is true.
Yeah, well, yeah, make sure you save that. I'm actually going to be right back one moment.
You're gonna be right back? Okay.
Yeah.
I see how it is. You're gonna abandon me in my time of need! Well, we're not quite done yet, guys. So even though you may think that you're leaving, and you can leave if you may think you're leaving, but you're not.
Okay, I got back just in time to hear, well, you're not.
Well, that's going to cancel the Doki Doki Literature Club segment of today's stream. However, there's actually something... We're done with that for today. I actually have a special treat for all of you who stuck it through to the end of this video today.
A quote-unquote special treat, yes.
He'll explain exactly what's going on, but you guys get to bear witness to a live response recording of what Griffin dubs his saucy sweeties. Would you care to explain, Griffin?
I suppose I'm left with no other choice. Some of you may know, well, I imagine this is new information for most of you, that every year, specifically on Halloween, I release a new video onto my channel, which essentially serves as a self-enforced punishment for not releasing more content for most of the year. And normally, I record the contents of this video all by my lonesome. But this year, I decided I would go about doing that with a captive audience. So
a captive audience, he specifically says.
Well, for lack of a better term. So with that in mind...
Unfortunately, I cannot display this for you because he is also actually recording this, as in he will be using his camera to record this, and he cannot send me a stream of the video as well as record it simultaneously, but you will eventually be able to see this on his channel.
If
So,
I live to tell the tale.
you're gonna live. Don't you pull that.
Okay. Do you want to tell the people what I just did?
Oh God, you already did it. Okay.
Be my guest.
So,
I need to finish this.
so what Griffin has done is that he decided to down some apple cider with hot sauce in it. I don't know what degree or Scoville count that the particular hot sauce had in it.
It is called spontaneous combustion, combined with some nice rosé Angry Orchard hard cider.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. Okay.
You actually responded straight that time. You must be out of it.
I'm finishing this. I'm a man of my word.
My word. I look at my
Okay, I'm going
response.
for the. I got some sushi here. Burning the. I'm quenching the pain with rice and soft tofu.
He's going to be okay. He does this every year as penance for not uploading any content, since the only thing that has been posted on his channel in the last year was the one how to suck at video that he and I both recorded. He is punishing himself, and duly so, for not keeping up with any kind of upload schedule. You good?
I need to finish the cider. And here's some soft on the bottom of the cup.
So it's called Saucy Sweeties because what he does is that he consumes something that is simultaneously sweet and very, very, very spicy. You can actually see others examples of this. They're all under the Saucy Sweeties title on his channel. But he usually includes some sort of update and then downs something of particularly painful quality. Sometimes it hasn't been painful for you. Sometimes it's actually been just tasty and delicious, like the time when you tried to mix all of the really spicy stuff together.
Oh, well, that's because it was actually incompetent degrees. I mean, this could kill a man.
This could kill him.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know, Boba Fett, I wouldn't subject myself to that kind of pain. For whatever reason, this is more acceptable. And my lips feel like they're dissolving. Ugh.
Oh, what was it you said before in the last one? 7 years of this! Okay, so now it's 8 years of this.
Uh-huh.
8 years of this bullshit!
Mm-hmm.
What kind of hot sauce is it again?
Spontaneous explosion. I am holding it up to the camera here.
Spontaneous explosion. You'll be able to actually see it visually because he'll have his camera on and we'll
Not
have...
sponsored.
Not sponsored, but if you want to experiment with killing yourself, apparently.
Much like Sayori.
Jesus Christ. Griffin, why do you just not make content?
You know, just for that, I'm gonna push myself. I'm gonna put a fuck ton of ginger on this sushi.
No.
Mm.
No.
You know that? Yeah, actually helps more with the burn.
I mean, ginger, well, ginger can be either one, but I believe it's actually a soothing thing.
Mm.
But no, if you're going to punish yourself, then you're going to get more hot sauce.
Mm.
Do you want to punish yourself again? Because now it's 8 years. 8 years of you punishing yourself because you're not making content.
Well, hopefully that's going to be changing. I'm saying here, on stream, on camera, to anyone who's watching or listening, this year, 2019, I'm hoping to put a fuck ton more content out, both on my own channel and in collaboration with other people. I'm going to be helping Lorelai out with stuff on her channel. I'm going to be helping to produce my next big Undertale project, The Seeds Just Stick to You Part 2, which is going to be going up on Gail Rice's channel.
Mm-hmm.
Going to be hopefully doing some stuff with another friend of mine, Chi-Chi. A lot of shit planned down the line.
There's a lot of stuff, and we don't talk about all of it, but there is actually quite a few things planned in the next year for both of us. We're both really excited. There was some stuff that I've actually helped with for his channel that I'm excited to see when it comes out. I'm excited to see some of the stuff that I've got planned for my channel when it comes out. I am really excited to see some of the other stuff that we've got planned over the next year. Some of it having to do with, for example, the Ballad of Lorelai, which, if you haven't seen those videos on my channel, I highly recommend them. There is a playlist of them, and so far we've kind of lightly touched on the plot stuff. But it's going to be diving into that in the next few episodes. Are you alive?
I mean, if you call this living. God, I didn't even need to bring to the goat cheese. Ironically, I intend to eat these with peppers later.
If you have a mouth at that time...
Oh, I'll always have a mouth. It's just a matter of whether or not I'll know what to do with it.
Right.
And that's on the internet forever.
Oh, I could tell you a few things about what you could do with it.
Listen, I'm sick enough as it is.
Oh, wow. Wow. I see how it is. Okay, but you invoked this raven. I'm going to tell you guys right now in the audience, do not do the cinnamon challenge. You can seriously hurt yourself that way. And
absolutely not.
I don't even mean like mildly. I mean like dissolving the fucking lining in your esophagus kind of damage.
Yeah, that shit is not fun. I mean, if you want some fucking get a Cinnabon or whatever the fuck, or have some fucking pumpkin pie. It's that time of year now, so.
Yeah. But the actual cinnamon challenge where you eat a spoonful of cinnamon will hurt you, as in will seriously physically hurt you. It's not just painful, it will be continually painful.
Oh, yes.
Never mind if you get, like, say, cinnamon dust in your lungs, which... don't.
Yeah.
So, this is on the heels of Griffin trying to hurt himself, literally punishing himself with hot sauce.
Don't be me, kids.
Don't be Griffin. But what you can what you can do is you can watch the stuff on his channel. You can see the various saucy sweeties that he's posted to his channel. A lot of his 5 random questions reviews, which actually, interestingly enough, have something of a plot thread running through them, at least in the last few updates.
Well, back when I was inspired by people who were integrating plot into their reviews, Channel Awesome and the like. Mm-hmm.
Well, we've learned better since then. And instead, we're going back to possibly doing reviews with plot integrated into the... Anyway, this has been a wonderful stream.
There is a war waging inside my stomach right now.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
What did you do to yourself?
Do you need me to rewind the tape? This is my life now.
So
this is broadcast to the entire world.
So this has been yet another one of my regular streams. I always stream on Mondays starting at 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern. It's always the same day, always the same channel, always the same time. And that's been the consistent thing. That's been true every single week. If you want to support either my streams or the work on my channel, you can always check out the Patreon, which will be linked underneath the current stream, as well as various places on my channel as well. Or, there's various options for that. It's not required, however, because my channel is always going to be available for free. All of the content is going to be made for free. I'm never going to paywall it. I'm not going to lock you out of stuff just because, you're not paying me for it. The most that I will do is the early access that patrons get, which is 1 day before release of content, as well as, certain, well, there is some content, so to speak. It's things like the art that goes into the videos. People will get not only advanced view of, but, they'll actually get to see, the full picture as opposed to just the video of it.
Right.
But beyond that, it's all going to be completely free. There's not going to be any restriction in that regard. But I will be back not just next week. Next week I will also be doing it, same day, same time, same channel. But I'm also looking at being back, as I said earlier, on Halloween this week. So to try and finish up this game, try and see what we can do to get through this entire process, and wrap up Doki Doki Literature Club.
Assuming my body doesn't succumb to apoptosis induced by this horse shit.
Well, that's your fault, and not mine.
Well, you agreed to broadcast it.
Yes, I did, but that's still your fault. But anyway, I want to appreciate you guys so much. I want to appreciate you guys. I do appreciate you guys so much. I want to thank you.
I want to, but you make it so difficult.
Okay, put the logician away.
The logician never goes away.
True. Anyway, I
try as I might.
I really am very happy that you guys came to watch today. I'm glad that you guys enjoyed the stream. At least I hope you enjoyed the stream. And I hope to see you guys back on Wednesday, and if not then hopefully on Monday. But all of these are recorded and will eventually be posted to my channel anyway. So if you missed anything, like, say, the big scene with Sayori, poor Boba Fett.
Or my big scene.
Or this big scene over here. This edgy motherfucker who fucking hurts himself with hot sauce.
Yes, I'm the epitome of edge, don't you know?
You are.
Why did I turn Minnesota in there? Oh, I'm the epitome of edge, don't you know?
Anyway.
Thank
you guys for watching. And I look forward to seeing you next time.
Where my colon will hopefully be in one piece.
That's exactly the line I want to end on. Bye, everyone!